Hey guys, Andrew with CPR Instructor Affiliates powered by Prime Medical Training. Today we're taking a look at a Laerdal Airway Management Trainer. This video is sponsored today by WorldPoint and Laerdal. They've sent me this to review and I'm really excited to get my hands on it and share it with you today. Before we get into this review, I want you to know that WorldPoint is currently running specials on Laerdal products for a limited time, and these are prices that you're not going to find anywhere else. You'll go onto their website, no discount is needed, the pricing is already going to be knocked down. You can look in the description below to see exactly what products, what discounts, and what dates that they're running these specials, but these are prices that you're only going to be able to find on WorldPoint.com, and this will allow you to save hundreds of dollars if you're in the market to get some more equipment. Okay, so this Laerdal trainer here is something that I have used my entire career in the medical field. This is what I got trained on as a paramedic. This is what has been in the majority of classes that I've taken, and generally is going to be what you see in any kind of education format when you need a basic airway management head. It just speaks to the amount of market share that Laerdal has. I mean, this is hands down the most popular head that you can find, and for good reason. I'm going to go ahead and open this up and explain a few of the things. I'll talk about what's in the kit, and then we'll jump into more of the specifics of what this this trainer is capable of doing. This entire package here that you see runs for just under $2,400 right now, and you may say, man, that's super expensive, and it is definitely pricey, but it's not just a made-up number. There are other airway heads on the market that you can find, but probably none quite as robust as this. So the value, what you get for what you pay, it's priced very well. And this is very durable as well. You know, these things can last for decades. I mean, I think that the one that was in my paramedic classroom probably is the same one that they got when the school opened 20, 30 years ago. They just last forever. I've used airway heads in the past that after 6, 8 years, they're starting to rip, tear, and there's other problems. These things are built to last. So if you plan on being in this sort of long haul, I would say go ahead and make that investment. Now, just taking a look in the box, aside from the airway head itself, which we'll pull out in a minute, it comes with this kit that allows you to simulate vomiting. And so there's a little tub that you can mix in, and it simulates the vomit along some tubing and syringes to make all of that happen. You have a bag mask device that comes with the components here, the mask and the connection piece. So something like this here. You also have another tube. This is going to just be some training lubricant for when you're doing insertions into the airway. And then lastly, you have a this is not really a spare. It's meant for demonstration purposes, which I think is really cool because sometimes it's very difficult to articulate or draw up on the board what's going on in the airway when you're intubating or otherwise. And so to be able to like show people up close and personal what the airway structure looks like, how it functions, you know, if you're using a curved blade, where that should be sitting in the airway, if you're using a straight blade, where that should be sitting. I think it's just super helpful and forward thinking of Laerdal to give you this extra piece to enhance the training, to enhance your concepts that you are trying to communicate to your students. So that comes with this kit as well. And then obviously you have the airway head, which I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta pull all this stuff out. The airway head, it's pretty hefty, weighs a good bit. It comes on this large platform. The weight is actually not a bad thing. I'll tell you again, in my experience with other airway kits, when you have a student who's trying to intubate, there's a good deal of pressure and force that's being pushed on that mannequin. And if you have like a really flimsy board, or I've had some airway heads that don't have anything. It's just literally a head that lays there. You know, it's easy for it to slide, and this is heavy enough that assuming that they're not like just ramming the head forward with a laryngoscope or something, it usually is going to stay in place pretty well. The weight is not a bad thing. It's actually can be a plus when it comes to this. You've got several features here. So you have these lungs. They do sit on, there we go. They kind of just sit on the torso to simulate the lungs. You've got the stomach here. And so all of this is very true to life. So as you're intubating, you are gonna see the lungs inflate, but if you are getting it into the esophagus, you're also going to see the stomach inflate. So that's a pretty cool feature. You even have these tubes that are connected to the lungs and that lead up here to the chest, so that if you want to do auscultations, you can actually listen over the chest and hear breath sounds, or not hear breath sounds, whichever applies. Some other things that this is capable of, I briefly mentioned that there was a vomit mixture that you can put into the stomach here, and so you can cause the mannequin to start vomiting on your students to give them some realism and help them deal with that. This is capable of doing suctioning. It's also has this function with the teeth where if they are cranking back on the laryngoscope blade as opposed to lifting up and forward, you're going to get a clicking sound indicating too much pressure is being pushed on the teeth, and I think you can hear it. So there's that. You're able to not only do intubations, but you can do OPAs, NPAs. All of that is capable. You can even do nasal intubations if you wanted to on this. Those are all within the range of functionality. So again, when we talk about price point, the value for what you get, all the different functionalities and features certainly surpass what your standard intubation head or airway head can do. So as far as like in this class and this level of airway heads, this definitely reigns king in my opinion, and just kind of based on the facts of what it's capable of. Another really cool feature of this airway head is that you can hook up a syringe and a stop lock, and you can actually simulate laryngospasms. And so that's also another realistic, really cool feature that can add some challenge, can add some high fidelity training to your classroom and for your students. So I encourage you, if you're in the market looking for an airway head, to seriously consider this. Also, make sure that you're checking out WorldPoint.com for their discounts, which can save you a lot of money, especially on a high dollar item like this. And in general, be sure to be sourcing things through WorldPoint.com. I say it all the time, it's a relationship worth having. WorldPoint has not just Laerdal products, but a huge slew of other products that are available to help you succeed in your training. And they are just a valuable relationship that for you personally, and they're a huge contribution to the industry as well. I hope this video is helpful. I would love to get some feedback. If you currently use the Laerdal product, please let me know what you think of it. And also, if you're in the market and you have questions, drop a question below and I'll be sure to answer it as well. If this video is helpful, please do a like, subscribe, comment to help support this channel, and also be able to be informed when we put out more videos related to reviews and also how to help run and grow your CPR business. Again, my name is Andrew with CPR Instructor Affiliates, powered by Prime Medical Training. We'll talk to you soon.